Liela, good evening. Tonight we will speak with Liela Ibrahim. You will represent debut film on Apox Film Festival, which takes place in Veli Lošinj, on island Lošinj, from 28th of September till 5th of October. So dear Liela, please tell us something about yourself. Please introduce yourself to the audience who will have the opportunity to see your debut film on Island Lošinj.
Ivana, it's a pleasure talking to you and to your organization. My name is Liela Ibrahim. I'm a British citizen, but originally from Sudan. I am originally broadcast journalist and TV presenter and producer. At the moment, I am a student of master degree at London University of Art and doing master degree in documentary film. So recently I become a documentary filmmaker for many reasons. Maybe during the chat we can talk about those reasons. However, my film, 4.5 meters, is kind of the proper film I submit, and I submit it to a festival. I have the gut to be brave a little bit, and it is about Sudanese women and Sudan upraising.
Yes, I saw it's not only Apox Film Festival, that film is showing some other festivals too. So you had a good gut feeling and...
Yeah, to be honest with you, I was shocked because I didn't know that the film will be like the festival. I thought, I'll just give it a try. So I was like, I just submit the film, and some of them, because I'm a student, some of them they're free, some of them are reasonable price, some of them are a little bit expensive. So I just was like, oh, this is nice festival. I Googled the festival. One of them is your festival. So I said, let me go to the East Europe, because my relationship in England here, I have a lot of friends. For example, I have friends, my best friend is from Croatia, where I studied with her, all my academic years here in UK. She's my best friend. I was her bridesmaid when she was getting married. So, and I love Croatia, and I love the scenery, and it's just, there are beautiful things. I felt like attached. Then I went and I saw your festival. There was 2 or 3 points I was like kind of attracted, and I just pressed submit. And then I went and I add more, like 3 or I remember, I think I submit to 11 festival. I got from those 7 chose the film, the other they didn't. To me, it was shocking. 7 is a big number. It's more than the half. And then I won in September 2020 monthly festival. It's like they do it monthly. They do it like every year, and then monthly. I won the monthly. I was like, oh, that's good. I won. Then again, I won another one in Canada. That's for 2020. It was international festival, but because of COVID, everything was online. But for me, that's encouraging, because it gives you the feeling this is just a student film. I can do this. I can be a voice for those who don't have a voice, and in the end, that's the purpose of documentary.
Thank you. So can you just explain the title for the people who we need to encourage to see the film?
To be honest with you, the film is about the Sudanese woman who contributed on against the Islamic regime in Sudan for 30 years. The Sudan was under Islamic regime. And it was a very, very tough regime, especially on women. Sudanese women, if I give you an idea about the Sudanese women, if you Google anything to do with the brave Sudanese women since ancient history, 40 BC, you will find a lot of queens from Sudan in Nubian area, where they they took their army and fight the Roman when the Roman tried to conquer the Nubian area where they came to Egypt. Then because Nubian is just under the Aswan, where the south of Egypt. So you find Egypt and you find Sudan, just the south of it, and the River Nile goes through those two countries coming from Ethiopia. The Sudanese women, they were very brave, and they used to rule this Nubian area for like between, as I said, 40 BC to 10 BC. One of them, for example, Amani Renas, she was a very brave woman. She ride an elephant, and she went with her team and her with her military and attacked the military where they're trying to come toward her, and she won. And however, to go back to the to 4.5 meters, when the Sudanese women tried their best to come out on the street and try to bring this regime down. This regime was very tough. It stayed there for 30 years. 30 years is a lot. It took the women to the dark age, you know. Sudanese women since the 1950 and 40, you will find the first doctor, first judge, the first engineer, the first woman to drive a plane was starting in Sudan, you know, in a modern time. And then this system come and put the women on the back. And just like Taliban, that was nothing to what happened in Sudanese women in Sudan. So Sudanese women start to gather outside with the help of the men, you know. The men was there, but here I'm just trying to talk about the part of the Sudanese women. They were like respectable journalists. They will be beaten in the street, on the road, just because they were not wearing a scarf or because they demand for their freedom. It's just a simple freedom to be themselves, to be what they're supposed to be and practice their right. So things was tough on them. So during the September Revolution, that's what's happening in 2018, Sudanese women, all of them, they came out on the street wearing their traditional, the name of the traditional Toob, they call it Toob. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of, and I'll give you an idea, similar to the Indian sari. You know the Indian sari? It's yes, like, yes. 2 or 6 meters, they wrap it around them. The same, like the Indian woman, she will put in the end of the sari here, the Sudanese woman, before it ends and go over there, she will bring it on her head. The photo over there, I left it there, but it's not clear because of the light. Then just throw it this way. Sometimes you don't know, is it coming from Britannia? Is it coming from ancient Greek because of the summer style? The researcher, there are debate about that, but it's been there for hundreds of years. However, all of them decided one day to wear this outfit or this traditional top in white color to represent the peaceful of the demonstration and the Sudanese women upraising and the impact of it. Because for me as a journalist, I work in many places. I work in BBC, I work in Emirates. Over here in UK, all the women, all people who trying our best to tell the media, hello, there are a revolution going on in Sudan. There are people are beaten and they are a fire, a live fire, you know, they are killing them by gun and a machine in the street. And one day those people was on the road, they had enough, they starting just go on them with touchers and cars, you know, with the military cars. It's not only tear gas, it was guns. And then those women, they came out. And I remember one of them, you must saw her in Times Magazine and newspaper all over the world. She start on the middle between all, you will see tsunami of white women in white veil, in white dress. Beautiful scene. And then one of them stand up on the top of one of the cars and she starts saying a poem about, I am the daughter of the Kandaka, which the one I told you about, the queen, 40 years BC. And the media changed. that was the change. That's changed everything for us. Changed everything for the women. It was in CNN, Sky News. The media start listening, they start looking, and they was like, let's see there's something going on. And celebrities start talking about this woman in white veil, very, very famous celebrity.
Yes, it's very powerful, actually, the image that you get in the film, very, very powerful. Also, it's interesting because, as you mentioned, the woman is leading the chants on these protests. I think it was 2019 or 18 protests.
18 started, yes. It started before, but yeah, that's the powerful. So the 4.5 meter is the size of this Toob traditionally. 4.5. It can be 4, it depends of your size, but known as 4.5 meter.
But actually then the protests that came on 2019 for they were actually your motivation for starting the film, for recording the film.
Yes, because that scene changed everything. You know, sometimes this girl called Ala, sometimes people criticize, she didn't do a lot. There are other people where they paid a very expensive price, precious price. Some of them, their soul, their life, some of them they crippled, some of them they were in jail, raped, killed, thrown the river. But I appreciate what this girl did, because it was very hard for us to try to use our contact and the media to focus on this issue. And once that scene was on social media, everything is changed. So it was a changing point to the Sudan upraising. Trust me that they change everything, but it doesn't mean all those people and what they did and the price they pay was nothing, but that changed a lot. The only people we know, people like us working in the media and trying very hard to tell the media there's something going on in Sudan. Please give us a mic, give us a chance, or send your journalist over there.
Can you please tell us what are they chanting? There is no translation on this.
Oh my God, it's a lot. I mean, I remember because
just
all
a little
of us
bit.
Used to go. Yes, for example, they are tasgut bus, tasgut bus, because they came to a place where they don't want even to negotiate with this regime. Just fall down, because that's it. Because people was for many years trying to negotiate, to try to debate, and those people, they came to a point where it's not a regime you go and negotiate. Sometimes a debate and negotiate is good, but there are a minute where you come, you cannot negotiate with a terrorist and criminal, a person who used a beautiful religion where millions of people believe in it and sabotage it, and then come by the name of that. If I tell you what they did, I mean, they're a teacher who just he criticized the system, the way they kill him. I cannot say it in the media. I mean, like, I cannot say it in social media. The way they rape women, the way they insulted old people, the way they did in jails. People are disappear. After the revolution, we found full of containers of dead people decay. I mean, I don't know how a human being can do that. However, there are a lot of chanting. But Taskut Bas is the one more is stick in your mind. I wish I remember the poem she said. It's difficult. It's written by a guy called Asari Muhammad Ali. He's a fantastic poem writer in Sudan, very famous. But I can't. It's very difficult. I respect her for memorizing it, and the way she said it was beautiful.
I just need to say, for us who saw the film, besides the picture of this woman chanting, the rhythm and the unity of the people is also very impressive. That it's shown in the film, so it really has effect. And also, yes, you told that political situation in Sudan from 2019, there were a lot of protests. How is now? Did something change after these protests?
Of course, a lot. But so we have a new government now, which is fantastic, and it's not a military control, because when I don't talk about politics a lot, but after the Sudan upraising and the regime fall down, and they are all of them in jail, most of them are criminal, war criminal. They wanted by Lahey and international justice. So the Sudanese were like, they came together and choose to have a civilian prime minister, a fantastic gentleman, a man who know a lot about economy, know about a lot about African needs, and because the situation economically was finished, the corruption went to the highest level, and things, if you sabotage a place for 30 years, you need the time to build it. So nobody have a magic stick. However, so the prime minister is doing his best. There are freedom now for women. They are a freedom for any human being in Sudan to practice the religion they follow, wherever they are Christian. You have to know they are Christian in Sudan. And there are lots of people in Sudan where they are not a Christian, they are not Muslim, they are not Jewish, where they are other kind of religion. Before, it was a very difficult to respect them. And all of you know what happened in Darfur. I mean, what Darfur been through, I don't know, the genocide, the burning of village and children and women, raping women. So all of them, they came and sit on the table. They are a respect of the military way they should be, you understand me, and protect the country. And the prime minister and his counselor trying to build and recover the economy. What's important now that the Sudan have a lot of debt. There was a meeting in France, in Germany, trying to take Sudan from that ash, and Sudan is back to international society, because Sudan was, the sanction was, everything is closed. You cannot export or import anything to Sudan. That's not easy. All that achieved by those people who lead the Sudan upraising. So our life, our freedom. I'm going now to New York, Sudan. I'm going to walk like this. There is no way. I used to go, I remember going at the airport, I used just to pray that nobody will touch me. So a lot of scarf, a lot of things, nobody will. Because I remember I was at the university, I studied in a college called African College in a place called Riyadh. And that area, there's a lot of security people called that a diplomatic area. So I was like, me and my colleagues leaving the university walking, it was windy. So the scarf just fall down because a car passed by, when the wind and the scarf fall down. He just, without any reason, a car come, let's go, a lot of names just because the scarf fall down. And because I'm wearing long blouse, but they're a jeans trouser, immediately they took us, it's just a student from university, they took us to the police station, and we should be slashed 60 times in a public place. I mean, now I can go anywhere as I want. There is no any kind of threat like that. A very respectable journalist, I mean, they beat her, slash her on the road in public. Now I can go and just walk in Sudan. All the women in Sudan, they work freely, they practice what they want. A Christian person can go and go to the church, pray, and come out and invite others, Muslims, wherever. It's just the amount of the freedom, I mean, Sudanese people get now. It's just all because of those souls we lost, thousand and thousand. Because those people, you have to remember all of them. The upraising was building up day by day, city by city. And city, they start coming. They started being brave. Every city losing 200-300 people. Then again, with cars, with train. I mean, they all of them coming and they just sit in front of the quarter of the military quarter. Thousands of them. That's why the chanting was loud. I mean, if you see at night, the scene is incredible. You will see this mobile light and the chanting, Sudan forever, freedom, freedom. And there were like 3 words they just, freedom, justice, freedom, justice. It's just, that's the word was like again and again. They spend the night there, thousands of them, and then they start coming from towns and village, from Darfur, from everywhere. That place was packed. And then they sign agreement, and you know, the regime is everywhere, even until now. And then there was a day where they come and it was in Ramadan, you know, the holy day in Ramadan where they fast, and they came and it was a massacre. They killed them all. All that beautiful scene you see, the light, the beautiful chanting, all of them, most of them, the one they run and they went get away, and the other, they will just kill them and they throw them in the river. This is that's the more bitter thing after the regime fall down. That's the only thing, but still there are things, people are working on it, because all those killing, a few of them, they went to court and they get the justice, but there are a lot of them which is they did not yet. I'm saying.
It's actually very difficult things that are happening, and very intensive experience, the least that can be said. But I think as a journalist and filmmaker, actually, you use your tool or your weapon very wisely, that people can hear about these situations. And after this film, 4.5 meters, what is your next project, maybe next idea you are working on?
So to be honest with you, the whole master, the very thing I said, I'm going to do all of it is about the part of women in Sudan upraising. And the next film after 4.5 meters is the tear gas hunters. Because the Sudanese women now I'm going in details. So the first part, 4.5 meters, I just said, talk about those women and how they were brave and how much this white piece, 4.5 meter piece, did big change in that history of that country because of that day and because of that film. Here I'm going in depth with all those women who paid a lot of price. Some of them were raped. Some of them are journalists. They were in jail. Some of them organized a lot of gathering here in London, Paris, Switzerland, and New York, and many countries internationally. So I am now interviewing all those women, and I asked them to tell me exactly in details. I mean, some of them, they break down talking about those stories. And some of them, they talk about how they've been raped. But again, because our culture is a very difficult culture, because they're going to be shamed, they withdraw their testimony. And I understand that, because it is a very, very tough society. You know, you cannot just come out. You know, even in Europe, we have other cases where you can come out and talk about who are you really and what happened to you. And the same, it is worse over there because it is a third country or developing country. So some of them, but still I had a fantastic, brave woman. They came out, they took me through this journey. And for me, this is an appreciation. And I'm trying to let the world know about those women and how they brave. But of course, in between, I did other films. It's not all about Sudan. Lately, me and my 3 colleagues, we did about the impact of the dating app and the danger of it in the society, especially in Europe or in UK, and the impact of it, and how sometimes also women or men can be a victim in online, So it was a fantastic film. I did not contribute. I did not submit it to any festival. It's just a project between 3 of us. And before of that, I did a film about it was a project about the suffering of mental health. I did it with a fantastic colleague with me. Her name, she's from East Europe also. So fantastic creative person. Her name is Nashka. So Naka, oh my God, what, 2-3 years ago, she's gonna be upset with me. So I'll get back again. I'm sorry about that. But yes, the new film called Tear Gas Hunter. The reason for that, those women, they were very brave. And there was one of them called, her name is Rivka, even the international affair in UK spoke of us about her. This lady, I mean, like when the police or the military, they was throwing the gas, this woman, she was a very brave. She used to pick those gas and throw them back at the police. So to me, all those women, they are a tear gas hunter. She's the one caught in camera because she was very famous because there was somebody filming her. That's why she was invited to Paris to meet Macron and Sammy, because they did something for the youth and things like that, and how they brave are they did. So all those women, in my opinion, they are very brave. I'm gonna go in a very details about day to day and how they were suffering, and also as a contribution to the one we lost them. I can't hear you. Oh, yeah, you're back. You're back.
Okay.
Too much. It is overwhelming for you. I can understand, Ivana.
Yes.
Is it too much for you?
No, it's very, very interesting. And of course, as a woman and a human being, I need to thank you for, I mean, all women, all producers for this festival. Many people who are doing a lot for human rights at the moment.
It's true.
So
it's true.
It's
we need to do a lot.
It's actually an honor to speak with you all because it's
mine, darling.
It's a lot of let's say difficult topics, and many people also do the film because of their experiences. So really it's an honor, and I hope that many people come and see your film and visit festival.
Yes, I hope so. Please guys, please watch the film, and I can see they have fantastic contributors, not only me. Try to come out from your comfort zone and see something different, because to be related to the other world, the other side of the world, that's a lot of things. Watch, those women are very, very brave. And the film is not very long, it's just a very short film. It will give you an idea how brave those women. I did it very fast. It is self-funding, and that's an issue for all women producer and filmmaker. It's a big problem. They cannot find a good fund. There is no place where they can find a fund. I hope one day there will be an organization where help women to produce this kind of film, and you will enjoy it. It's not that dark. They're beautiful women. They did their best, and they bring the regime down. What else we want? They did bring this region down. Isn't it fantastic? Isn't it? Yes. I'm so proud of them.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you a lot for your time. And I hope to see your next film then.
I hope to see, I'm going to submit it, I promise you.
Yes.
And I hope one day to come here and my family and attend your festival.
Yes,
And
we hope
good
that too.
luck. And I really appreciate everything you do to give your platform to those who don't have a voice. Thank you, honestly. Honestly, I really appreciate that.